till I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high, castle on the hill, wake up in the sky, you can't tell me I ain't fly. I know I'm super fly, I know I'm super fly, the ladies love luxury, that's why they in love with me, out here with the moves, like I invented smooth, you can't tell me I ain't fly. I know I'm super fly, I know I'm super fly. I stay fresh as hell, take a pic, I might as well. Hell, drop the top and take a selfie, my car drives itself. I got white girls blushing, homie, college girls rushing on me. All my diamonds custom, so they clutching and they touching on me. Ooh, think it's vegetables. Ooh, think it's edible. Ooh, it's incredible. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I smell like bun number 99, section full of fine dimes. Bitches staring at me saying, wow. Unforgettable, like that King Cole. Gucci berry wine, I'm singing to yo. A one-man show. A human bankroll. Lost in the sauce, 'cause Gucci got the glow. I drink till I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high.
Change the song.
On the hill.
Keep forgetting. Even the edited version, he says, just play whatever you want. Play that Joji song. Yeah. Oh, play a lot, because I want to hear a lot with. I want to hear J. Cole's part.
But no, say
Stand up.
Jordan and his girlfriend were there.
She told you everything. She called me crying, but like, she tried to tell you stuff about like. Oh.
How much money you got? 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 A lot. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted you? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Around with these thighs. Every day that I'm alive, I'ma ride with this stick. I'd rather be broke in jail than be dead and rich. Told my brothers take my breath if I turn to a snitch. But I'm 21 for L, ain't no way I'ma switch.
I'm ready. We're live. I always sit the same way. I was just thinking about that. I always sit the same way. But we're live. We just got done recording. Actually, we got done recording sooner than we thought we would because we had an interview already taken care of. Never Say Never AJ. It's Anderson Small, FKP Productions, the best dancer without question at WVU. He did some stuff with Ezekiel Rose. They've done lots of stuff.
That's right, with Teddy Bear Hayes too.
Teddy
You
Bear
remember
Hayes.
him from the video. He's walking up.
That went viral.
I can't remember which one was walking which way on the stairs. They bump into each other, and then the dance off begins, and it's dope, and it's great. It was a great concept. It was perfectly executed.
And we asked him about it, how that came to fruition. He talked about it.
I'm sure everybody saw it. So
Yeah, so anyway, he's on the show this week. We talked football and basketball, of course. We talked a little bit of recruiting. Pretty much all we talked about football because
pop culture about what were things that scared you as a child?
Yeah, because we were talking about that. Because I put on Facebook about Unsolved Mysteries. I said, wasn't nothing scarier, ain't nothing scarier than Robert Stack, Unsolved Mystery voice, dude. Ain't nothing scarier than that dude. And like I told Jeremy, the other thing I was thinking about, we didn't talk about this on the thing. He was wearing a trench coat, too. What was the point of wearing a trench coat indoors?
No, just look at all old and scary.
The whole setup, my bad. So anyway, welcome to everybody who's watching. Whoever is watching at this point. We're trying this new concept. One thing I'm thinking about, guys, I don't know. You guys can tell me. Maybe we should do it a different day, like the live, because Tuesday, I don't know. Oh, here it is. J. Cole part.
Oh,
I love 21 Savage a lot. J. Cole. Others make memes. But yeah, so.
Hey, can you hear us now? Somebody said they need to turn up the audio. I think our audio is up.
Jordan got the audio
roll,
turned up. All right. All right, good looking.
I saw that.
Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to be looking at the. I always forget this part. I'm supposed to be looking to see. Yeah, I'm supposed to be looking at what people are saying.
Yeah, Jason Miller says we need to get Mellow Ball
on the show.
No, for Press Virginia. for Press Virginia.
There is no way on God's green earth Bobby Huggins would deal with LeVar Ball in any capacity for any reason. I don't think he would even have lunch with the guy, let alone have his son playing for him. There's no. That's hilarious.
If
though.
his son was
I never thought about that.
If his son was LeBron James,
he still Huggy still wouldn't take it.
okay, well, see, that's a flaw. That's a flaw because everybody else would. If he was LeBron James, I could see it. When you're just a piece, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, but I think what they're trying to say is it'd be great. I think we already have our point guard of the future. Well, what? This is the senior year, LaMelo?
I'm not sure. They all kind of run together. They do. I know there's three of
Somebody
them.
was trying to talk about. They were like, "What's the name? LiAngelo's a walking bucket." I was like, "Yeah, he's walking all right. He's a walking bucket, but never in the NBA."
I'm just saying, you know how much baggage Papa Ball brings?
That's the biggest thing to me. Like, can you imagine Bobby Huggins dealing with the dude who says he could beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one game?
Can you imagine West Virginia media? No, not West Virginia media.
Oh my goodness.
West Virginia fans in general reacting to Mr. Ball.
Yeah. West Virginia fans,
Yeah.
they're
It would
very,
be
very low
ridiculous. It'd be
threshold. Very low threshold for any nonsense. But let me see who we got here. Because like I said, I keep forgetting I got to watch because I can't see the comments. Because they're up there, but I don't know. George's doing different stuff on there, so I can see some of it I can't.
No, he said he has to have his phone all the way turned up like he can't hear it.
Oh, still?
Yeah, that's what somebody
Yeah, he
just
just said 603.
messaged. So still kind of low. I mean, I could yell into the mic if that's what you need.
What's up, Yeti? I'm just telling you what they're saying. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Jason Miller said that's the one who said we need to get him. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But if you turn us up, then people can just turn us down if we're too loud, right?
There you go.
Too loud's better. But yeah, guys, so we got people buying stickers. If you bought stickers, they're shipped out. Trust me, they're coming. We got all of the hoodies out. Everybody got their hoodies. And I just recently shipped some shirts. So if you bought shirts, you got yours. Either they're coming or you got them already. So shout out to everybody supporting RVK Gear.
Everybody gearing up for the game tonight, right?
Yes,
I'm
7
sure
o'clock.
Everybody's going to tune in to watch the Mountaineers
7
tonight.
o'clock. You know why? We bring in Jamie Dixon. Once a Panther, always a Panther. And any chance we get to say Sweet Caroline, any chance we get a Jamie Dixon, his clothes game is on point.
Yeah.
He's got to be the best dressed dude in the Big 12.
Okay. I'm all right. In the Big 12. I thought you were losing your mind. a little
No. We all know. Who's the best dressed, Jamie? Tell him.
bit. Villanova's coach,
Jay.
Jay Wright. Not even close. Rick Pitino had an argument back in the day when he was coaching before he was doing his nonsense.
No, I didn't like the way Rick Pitino. I mean,
I feel like he was always pressed.
we
Ricky
both.
P.
The thing we agree on 100%.
Jay Wright, man.
Yes, Jay Wright. By the
So
way,
fresh.
I want to give a quick shout out to Brian D. Brian D. WVU showed the RVK some mad love. He supported us financially, gave us some Skrilla, and he gave it to us. He said in the memory of Mike M. Tuda. So thank
Wow.
you, Brian D.
That's big.
For real.
Real love.
Lots of people show. So DJ
Real
Makusi.
love.
DJ Makusi is my Kuzi. However you say it. I'm sorry, DJ. But DJ has shown love supporting us too. Yeah, lots of people show love, and we can't say anything but thank you. And of course, we got Swill Dog. We got Sandwich U. We have Astork Auto of Charleston, the Pizza Place of Morgantown, West Virginia, Shrinkables, and Mr. Jim Ashley, the quintessential businessman. You can see all that up there. But yeah, now we got Chad Rogers added to the fold with sports fans.
Right.
Chad Rogers from Sports Fans is going to have a signing day. David Sills is already signed on. He hopes to have all 6 of the guys participating in the combine. So if you get a chance, make sure you're there. Always it's a great place to shop if you love West Virginia.
Yep. And what up, Yeti? We see you, homie.
304.
The thing is, you're talking about the best dressed guy there at Jay Wright. I'm just thinking, has there ever been a cooler moment when somebody's won a championship than Jay Wright? They hit the winning bucket last second. Most people be going crazy. We think about Valvano, like somebody picking him up after they win the national championship. Like he's so overjoyed. Jay Wright calmly strides over to the other coach, barely breaking a smile before his other coaches like grab him and he has to smile. I'm just saying, the man is true. He's real. He's real.
Yeah, no, he's one of the realest. And like you said, he's the thing is not just great dress, because sometimes people have like gimmicks like Coach GQ with Cliff Kingsbury, and then he didn't really do much at Texas Tech. Jay Wright dresses that way, and then he actually wins. Jay Wright dresses that way, and he produces NBA players.
And he's the kind of person and the kind of program that gives West Virginia hope. Not to say that we are a great program.
You saw Jordan?
But you think about Villanova. Villanova really came from, I'm not going to say nothing, but they weren't a big boy.
Nope.
They were in the middle with us. Then he gets there, and they're winning national championships. They're beating Duke on last-second buzzer beaters. One time could be Cinderella. When you do it twice and you're consistently in the top 5, now they're a premier power. Put them up there with the, I don't know, quite Duke and Kentucky and North Carolina.
No.
Put them on that next tier of up-and-comings with Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Above Gonzaga because they won.
Above, yeah. But Gonzaga's looking like they're going to get the number 1 seed this year.
Yeah.
See what they do with it. See what they do with it. I like Mark Few. I personally like Mark Few.
Me too. And I'm surprised. This is what irritates me. This is what irritates me right here. When coaches go to schools like that and then never leave.
Yeah.
And what it irritates me is because I'm jealous.
Yeah, me too.
How can you go to Gonzaga, have all the success, people wanting you from, and yet you're going to stay true and stay right? It's like the dude from Boise State.
Now he left.
Eventually.
Yeah, Chris Peterson went to Washington.
But he turned down a lot of offers over a big span of years to stay at Boise State.
Yeah.
And it just makes, and there's no other way to put it, it's jealousy. And
I'm jealous too.
And that's part of what makes me even more mad about the coach that left for Michigan. Like, he was supposed to be that. He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to have that type of loyalty.
Yeah, a lot of people were mad at Rich. For me, I was more sad. That's the thing for me. When Rich Rodriguez left, I was more sad immediately. And the reason I was sad is because I thought the homegrown kid who went to WVU, who's married to a WVU cheerleader, who's having success at WVU, and we can't keep him when he knows he has Pat White for another season? I mean, that was the part to me that I just couldn't take.
And then it makes me feel like, who are we going to get that's going to stay forever?
I hope Neil Brown's one of those.
I hope
Bobby
Neil
Huggins definitely is. Bobby Huggins not taking over the job.
That's why we love Bobby Huggins so much,
It wouldn't matter if the NBA came calling. Bobby Huggins isn't going anywhere.
This is it for Huggins. Neil Brown, hopefully he will stay no matter what. He seems like a genuine dude and a real dude. But my pessimistic attitude to football coaches staying doesn't have me seeing Neil Brown stay for a really long time. Because I do think he's going to be successful. I think he's going to be successful here at West Virginia. And when that happens, the Sharks are going to come.
Just Dustin says, what's up? Real quick. Jeffrey Walker. He says, we got Jordan McCabe. Who needs Melo? I agree with you. I don't like Melo. He doesn't like to play defense. Bobby Huggins will never deal with that. He's not, and he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good. Melo just is too LeVar Ball, too attached to LeVar Ball. You can't take him. It's toxic. Mike Reiser, what's up? Mike Reiser says, who's some of the best? Oh, wait. I lost it. Do you have it on there? Who's some of the best in-state recruits we should be targeting in basketball and football?
I immediately think of the two kids. I think they're still underclassmen, though. The dude down there from Bluefield, the
Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah Johnson is one of the best recruits in the entire nation.
In the entire
number one
country.
defensive back for his class.
He's real. We got to get on him. We got to secure the border now.
I'm 100% sure they're on him. Like, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. And then the dude from, man, where is he from? Oh, man, I got him in my phone. Actually, I got to actually have his number. He's I feel like it's Boone County, but I don't know. It's he's a basketball player.
Oh, I don't know.
The dude I was telling you about, the Huggins went down there to watch him. He's a young kid. He looks like a football player. He's like 6'4" now, but I believe he's an underclassman. He's not a senior. I cannot remember his name. If Jeremy Thomas was here, he would let me know.
Chance Knox is a kid who's small. What do you think? Chance Knox, does he have a chance to be...
Dude is quick, and I like his attitude, but I was actually...
Power 5? You think he's a Power 5 player?
I
like the kid. I like him.
I was actually there at BW3's when they did an interview with him, and I was able to talk to him for a little bit. Love his attitude. Love his grit. Quick as lightning. Dude is really, really small. Hey, and he's not small. We'll go to the call in 1 second. He's not small as in like a Ryan Switzer type of way, because Ryan Switzer was short, but he was stout. He was in the gym. Like, he was a solid kid. Divine, solid kid too.
Yeah.
Knox, he just seems a little small. Dude has talent, though. He has a lot of talent.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But those are the people popping in my head. It's time to call him back. Let's call Josh from Nitro.
All right.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so Josh asked if we've seen the new that new video with Kanye, the new music Kanye did with his Rodman-looking hair. I saw the video, but I didn't listen to it. Like, I just saw it in passing. I never got to it. I never listened to it. But I saw one of the dudes on Twitter said they're like, this is Kanye's crazy, but this is why we love him. And Josh was like, are we in or out on his new music? He's hanging on. Kanye's a genius.
He's a genius.
I've been on record several times saying Kanye is a genius, and it's not like I discovered him, but everybody knows he's a genius. He's never not going to be a genius when it comes to music, but he's a crazy person. And it's weird. The thing I do like about him is he's embracing the new culture. He's done songs with Lil Pump. He's done songs with other people that I would not have guessed he would do. He talked about being inspired by XXX Tentacion, is what I call him. But yeah, I'm never out on Kanye's music. I've never been out on Kanye's music. I'm always in.
Yeah, no, he's a genius, and when you're a genius, you'll figure things out. He's not.
Or you just do, and sometimes it takes us catching up.
Yeah, yeah. You know, sometimes you have a little lulls, but you'll figure it out, and you'll bring out something that's fire. So, genius is a genius. So,
well, who was it that said this? I'm trying to think who said this because they were talking about hits. Oh, 50 Cent. 50 Cent was on the Breakfast Club. They were asking him about making hits, and he was like, "Yeah." He was naming people that were like cool, hadn't had a hit. He's like Wayne. He's like Wayne can make a hit. He's like, we know he can make a hit because he's done it over and over. He's like, I can make a hit because I've done it over and over. It doesn't matter how long you go without making one. When you're that kind of a genius or when you're that kind of talented, you know how to make hits. You're gonna make hits. That's right. And that's how I feel about Kanye. It's absurd. Like Kanye doesn't even have enough Grammy. Kanye should have way more Grammys than he actually has. So yeah, I'm in.
Hey, Frost Sports, call us, man. He said if you know anything about NASCAR, I'll call it. Yeah. Hey, Frost Sports, text us. The number is
707-300-7235. That's 707-300-7235. Text us, and we will call you back.
And we don't know.
Name a show that does that.
And we don't know a whole lot about NASCAR, but we know enough to have a conversation, man. And, no. Save all your NASCAR thoughts for the call.
I want to say you don't know enough to have a conversation.
We will see.
Who won the last race?
We'll see. No, I'm saving it.
No, Dale Earnhardt
Kyle
Jr.
Busch.
Dale Earnhardt
Boom.
Jr. retired.
Frost Sports, get at us.
I don't know why I can't. I need to change my setup. Or maybe, I need to hold it like this. That's why. I was like, I can't see the comments. That's why. What else we got? Richard Neal. Yes, let's beat Bama, baby. He said it's a head start to his go get him speech. There's a kid named McClurg from University High. McClurg. I don't know him.
The thing is, go ahead. No,
that's it.
The thing about Bama, I'm excited to have Bama on the schedule, but to be honest with you guys, I cannot get excited for something that's like 7 years away. I just can't.
8 years away.
I can't.
It's 8 years away.
I can't do it.
I'm excited because we're in the news cycle. I'm excited because it shows on ESPN WVU
That's
and Bama's
cool.
schedule
That's
home and
cool.
home.
Yeah.
I'm excited because did you see Jed Drenning's thing from since 1990? The times that I think it's 1990. The times that Alabama's played.
I was thinking that before, Jed. I promise. I just have the stats. I was thinking because every game they play out of conference that's a big game,
Neutral site.
is a neutral site game.
It's
I was
usually
thinking
Atlanta.
that. Too lazy to look it up though.
But the last time they played out of conference above Kentucky, 2011. The next time they're going to do it, 2027, when they play us in Morgantown. Yeah. So, and by the way, it clearly is a formula that works.
And the thing is, people who are saying stuff about Nick Saban and they want him to go, I hope you guys realize the next coach of Alabama when Nick Saban leaves.
Hey.
The juggernaut does not end with Nick Saban leaving.
Nope. Well, if they hire right, if Dabo's available and they get him.
Dabo is going to be your next head coach at Alabama.
Jason Miller has an idea for RVK. He says live remote from the blue and gold game, from the spring game.
That'd be dope.
We already talked to Gresso about that. Shout to Eric Gresak. Gresso's on high in Columbus. Real dude, big Mountaineer fan. Takes care of the RVK. We love that dude. Making the phone call. All right, so we're going to slow down on the Kanye beats. We're making this call.
We're going to wait for it to go through. I'm just saying, Dabo is going to be in Alabama.
Let me guess. It's a 937 number. Do we know?
We will see him in Morgantown.
Well, I'm reading. I know it is 937. You're on with the RVK.
Boom.
What's up?
All right. So you say you know enough about NASCAR, right?
No, Jeremy said that. I didn't say that.
I said, bring it on. Ask us a question,
let's hear it,
and I'll give you what I got.
I know Brad Keselowski won the last race, right? Am I right about that?
Yep.
See, I got that much.
Okay.
But that's about all I know. And I know they're doing something. Is it new? Like they're doing these mini races inside of each race? Hello?
There's stages. I don't know about mini races, but
Yeah,
yes, in a sense.
Yeah, the stages is what I was talking about. But that, again, shows you how much I know.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us?
Yeah. So they break the race up into stages, and the first stage is going to be about the first quarter of the race. The second stage is going to be about the second quarter of the race. And then the final stage that they end with is basically the last half of the race. And if you win a stage, you get a playoff point as well as 10 overall points that will go to your total at the end of the year.
Do they do something like that in Formula One? Isn't that kind of like the Formula One setup?
I've never heard of stages before. NASCAR did it. I like it though.
They're recent. They're pretty recent.
And the reason I like it is because it gives you an incentive. You always have a chance for something. Even if you're out of the race, you can win the next stage, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to have to disagree with you here because how it was originally is it all counted to the end of the race, and that's how it should be. However, there's guys that could have, a lot of these stage points. Like if they get like third in the first stage, fourth in the second stage, they build up those points. However, somebody who doesn't finish in the top 10 in either of those stages can win the race in the last stage. And if those other guys that finish that other guy that finished third and fourth in each stage, even if he gets like a top 5, despite the fact that the other guy won the race, the other guy can get more points.
But I think
That's something I don't like about it.
No,
that's a good point.
I want 100% get that. But this is about the fan experience and being excited throughout the entire game. So like baseball's trying to figure out how to shorten their game so it's more exciting.
How to make it so it's not terrible.
The same thing with NASCAR. To sit and watch the entire race,
unless somebody's wrecking,
can be grueling a little bit. So when you break it up where there's something to win at each stage, actually kind of makes sense. It also goes into it. Now you actually have a bigger strategy. People have to strategize. We could go all out and win the first stage. We could go all out and win the second stage. I just feel like there's more thinking that goes into it. Don't get me wrong. The pit crews are incredible, and there's a lot of thinking that goes into NASCAR. I just feel like this dynamic adds a little more to the whole overall sauce that's being made, or the soup that's being made.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I see your point of view. And they were doing the scanner at the Daytona 500. The crew chief of Clint Boyer was talking to him over the radio, and he was talking to Clint. It was towards the end of stage 2. He said, "Do you want to stay out and try to race to get some points for the end of the stage, or do you want to come into the pits now and get fresh tires so then you'll be ready for the end?" Now what happened was he decided to go in because he wanted to race till the end, which was a good call, but then he crashed, so then he ended up with no points at all between the finish and the second stage.
Sounds to me like Clint Boyer shouldn't have crashed.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's strategy. Like, there's more thinking that's involved. Yeah. There's more
if I'm
X's and O's, so to speak.
Yeah. I like that the crew chief and Clint Boyer and whoever else is racing are making those decisions. I like that. That they have to decide something. I understand why it's like being a baseball purist. You sound like a NASCAR purist. You sound like you've been a fan for a long time. And so when you see it, you recognize or appreciate things that Jeremy and I wouldn't appreciate because we're just the guys who watch. I typically will watch the Daytona 500.
Hey, stick to yourself, okay?
I watch the Coca-Cola 600 normally if I get a chance. I'll watch some of it. But, yeah, I mean, I think Jeremy's exactly right. And even though you're making the right points, I like when the other thing that I like about, you were talking about the crew chiefs or the crews.
Yeah.
They get a lot of former football players.
Do that.
Because they're quick, nimble on their feet, used to working as a team. And also strong.
I will also say games evolve. That's the reason why the basketball has a 3-point line.
Yep.
Now. It's why football, at first they weren't throwing the ball, and now all of a sudden they're throwing the ball. It's about the fans and money, but in the fans. Let me say this. I went to a race. I went to Bristol night race, which everybody said is the best. So one of my buddies got some tickets. We went down there. We got to meet everybody. We got to talk to the pit crews, the spotters. I think that's what they're called. And somebody dared me before the race. They're like, I dare you. I was like, and this was a few years ago. And I was like, why is it that nobody can beat that number 48? And his answer was, Because he cheats. Jimmy Johnson.
It's
if you
actually,
don't know.
it's actually a lot different now. I mean,
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson has really been struggling lately.
Why is that?
Well,
I was hoping you were going to say
Chevy made a
quit
switch
cheating.
from the SS to the Camaro SS, and since that was a change in car, that's what a lot of people are blaming it on. However, there's the other drivers that are in Chevys that have been doing just fine since then. So it doesn't make sense for something to happen like this in NASCAR, but it's almost like he's getting old.
Okay, so I have an opinion for I have an opinion comment for you. What's the dude's name? Tony Stewart.
Yes.
Did he hit that dude on purpose?
Jeremy, are you kidding
Can
me?
the video? I'm just saying.
Jeremy.
Did you see the video?
I saw the video.
It seemed I looked at it, and it looked like to me that he purposely. I don't think he meant. Obviously, I don't think he meant to seriously injure the dude. It looked to me like he really hit the gas.
I think he tried to scare him.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, but you said, did he hit him on purpose?
Well, that was my question to him. Maybe. All right.
What do you think?
That's all a matter of perspective, because it happens, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it at this point.
Yep.
And it's not really about fault. It's just about what did happen. And personally, I don't think there was any intention on his part by that. But like I said, it's a matter of opinion.
Then the big thing I think is the dude got out of his car on a racetrack. Like, to me,
No, he threw his helmet too. He threw his
Yeah,
helmet
like-
at the first time around.
and I feel sorry for his family because a loss is a loss.
Absolutely.
You know, we know about loss. But that said, the dude got out of his car on a racetrack. Like, that's the dumbest thing you can do. Like, I don't care how mad you are or what happened. Fight the dude after. Fight him in the pits, or fight him in wherever. But on the racetrack, are you kidding me? Like, that's a bad deal for everybody. And I'm sure Tony Stewart thinks about it all the time because, like you said, regardless of your opinion or perspective, he was a part of that. Just like Jim Boeheim. It wasn't Jim Boeheim's fault, but I don't care whose fault it is. All you're going to think is, what could I have done? It's going to end. And also, the worst part is, because he's a public figure and because he's wealthy, Tony Stewart and Jim Boeheim, you have to watch what you say. You can't just openly talk about it, because that can result in a lawsuit, whether you're right or wrong. You know, they have to parse their words. And I remember that whole thing, man. That was terrible. And I hate Tony Stewart, by the way.
So
not as a human being, because I don't know him, but I don't like his personality.
He seems smug.
He seems like a jerk.
I will say this.
Not as bad as Kyle Busch. Busch I hate the most.
I need to hear you. No, everybody hates Kyle Busch. Here's my question. Is the Intimidator the greatest racer of all time, in your
come
opinion?
on. Raspy, your opinion.
That's all perspective, because there's racers that are really good at certain things and not as good at other things.
So who's your favorite?
No, not your favorite. Who do you think is the greatest of all time? Who's the GOAT?
If
Who's
you
the
had
NASCAR
number
GOAT
one pick of any racer,
of all time, from your perspective,
you got to pick one.
Can I give you a top three?
Nope. One.
No way.
One.
No way.
Well, the numbers show Richard Petty, but I would have to go with Dale Earnhardt.
That's nice. Those are the top two. In fact, one thing, we're gonna have to go, so we'll talk to you later. Thank you for texting us.
We appreciate you.
Glad
Fall
we could
Sports.
call you. I want to say
Thanks
though.
for having me.
All right, brother. I want to say off the air. When Dale Earnhardt died, I mean, on him off the phone, I meant. When Dale Earnhardt died, that really hurt me. And the thing that kills me about it is I don't know why. I didn't watch NASCAR that much. I knew who he was. I never really cared. But I don't know. There was something about it. When I saw the wreck, and I remember that they were upset, they were worried, and I thought, it didn't even look that bad.
It really didn't.
I've seen cars flip
It
in the
really
air,
didn't.
But the explanation was, you go directly into the wall. There's nothing else.
Yeah. And they didn't come up with that headgear thingamajig. I can't remember what it's called.
Thingamajiggy, I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what they call it. You got it right.
The thingamajig.
Well, that's the technical term.
Yeah,
but it's known as
yeah.
I think it's known as the H.
See, that's why I said thingamajiggy.
Anyway.
You start making up stuff.
Also, one thing I really hate about NASCAR, while we're talking about things we hate, I guess we're not, but that's what I'm talking about. Something
Yeah.
I hate that Daytona 500. The Daytona 500 is their Super Bowl. It's the first of the year. It's the first race of the year. I hate that. Just Dustin, we're going to be doing this. A lot of this is a lot of experimental stuff, but I think we're going to be doing this year round, right, Jay?
Yeah.
I plan on doing it year round. We'll see how it goes. Jason Miller asks our opinions on the AAF.
I have not. I've seen some highlights. I have not had
I'm
the
gonna let you answer
opportunity.
this. I gotta pee.
All
We'll be
right,
right back.
all right. I have not had the opportunity to check what a segment to leave. Look, I've seen a little bit. I've seen Terrence Garvin's pick off that he had, but I haven't really watched a whole lot of the AAF. I'm going to try to get into it, try to check it out because it seems like a lot of people are interested in it. And I told you before, I'm the kind of person where when something new comes along, for the most part, if I'm not already all the way into it, I wait to hear reviews. I wait to hear what people say. So you tell me, you've watched it, you've seen it. Is it worth watching? Is it worth checking out? I'm looking to see if you're responding. There you go, Hans device. To go back to NASCAR, it's a Hans device, and Brandon's right. He said H something. I remember it was something, which this is for another subject, another day. We could talk about Junior and whether he was really that great or whether he was just a whole thing of hype because of his father. I think he was a good racer, but there's plenty of people who think, yeah. We got the Shrinkables. There we go. Take him.
Little Shrinkables. Come here, baby.
Look at that. Hold
You
up.
ever seen a dog like that?
Look at look at the spots on the side. The tri-blade.
This little baby's name is Scar, so I'm holding him for Shrinkables for a little bit, just for a little bit. But he's precious.
You gonna put him up here?
No, I ain't putting that dog up there. What the dog fall off?
Look how much space there is up here.
No,
There's two
I ain't
hands.
putting that dog up there. Yeah. So the AAF, me personally, I also have watched none of it. I've seen Keith Tandy tearing it up. I like that part.
Terrence Garvin picked off something the other night, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
All right.
sorry, Terrence Garvin. My bad.
All right.
Yes, and he's been picking stuff off. Ran one back. You want it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Puppy breath. Is puppy breath gross, by the way, guys? I love puppy breath.
Yes. Puppy breath is beyond disgusting. He said he loves puppy breath.
I was entertaining this dog while you guys were recording your segment, and it was
I'm
licking
gonna
and
give you.
sucking
I'm
my
gonna give
hand.
you a close.
No, it's okay. I've already smelled the dog.
No. I'm
Oh,
doing
the camera. Okay.
You look-
A little lower. There you go. Heavy breathing intensifies.
Look at that tri-blend color. Merle. I don't know which one it is. It's Merle. Look at that color. You gonna look?
You done?
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, dog breath smells awful. Smells like just dog crap in his mouth.
Dog breath is awful. That is a puppy breath. Puppy breath is different. The other thing is baby breath. I love little babies. If they're not formula babies, not formula, if they're nursing with their mom, that breath they have when they go into milk coma, first of all, when they go into milk coma, I love when they go into milk coma.
I have no clue what you're talking about and disgusting. I don't
Yeah, of
care.
course you don't, because you're not a good uncle. Because you're not a good uncle.
Disgusting.
But anyway, yeah, that baby's so cute. And I had to travel. That's one of the things I was doing when I was gone.
What you got to say?
Nothing. Why are you holding me? He loves it. That dog's so spoiled too. Whoever had it, that dog needs to be touched or held all times, or he growls and barks. But
Hims is okay. Hims is
so
okay.
he's available, by the way, if anybody's interested. He's available.
Hims is just chilling with his favorite.
Hit me
uncle.
up. I'll let you know. Just Dustin says that Alabama scheduling us will be a welcome to the SEC. I hope you're right. I believe we belong in the SEC East. I believe culturally and geographically it works. ACC is best for rivalries, but I want us to be in the SEC East personally. So we'll see. Mike Reiser says we got to get the puppy a jersey. This puppy's not going to be here long enough to get a jersey. But that's a good idea. We do our mascot Ace, which is a Shrinkables, the most famous bulldog.
Shrinkable. By the
Ace-
way, did we say that this is a Shrinkables?
Yeah, it's a
dog.
shrink. Yeah, he's right. Shrinkables. Voice still is not all the way better, but I'm getting there. Ace is the most famous bulldog in the world.
Tri-blend.
Tri-blend. He's the first rare-colored bulldog to be recognized by the AKC. And Shrinkables, of course, bred that dog. And he's our official mascot. So we have the official pepperoni roll from the pizza place in Morgantown. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Luca. And we've got the official mascot, which is Ace. We're going to have a tailgate this year. at WVU games and at the tailgate, we should have shrinkables with us. We'll see.
We
how it
also
goes.
have Swilled Dog. Get swilled right here in the fridge.
Right here. So,
you need? What you
and
got?
like Petey Pablo says, because I drink it and they pay me for it.
Bump, 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 bump.
Glad I said what it was beforehand because you wouldn't have known what he was doing. Yeah. Jennifer Begley says, I love puppy breath. Exactly. So anyway, the AAF, I think the AAF.
Ew, Jennifer. Sorry to interrupt you. Ew.
I'm
No.
frustrated personally. The thing I'm frustrated with the AAF is I'm frustrated that you have the AAF and the XFL. Like, to me, if you could combine, because now we're taking players and talent. If it was just one league, it would actually be something that the NFL could use as a real farm system.
And one of them will prevail. This is like Highlander. There can be only one.
And the one is the NFL.
No. But I think the NFL does want this minor league type system.
They do. That's why they have Bill Polian, in my opinion, Bill Polian, former GM, and several other former NFL executives, who are doing work for the AAF. But can you imagine, Jeremy, if you didn't have the XFL as a rival? Can you imagine if you didn't have, if you had...
oh, Dip. What if this turns into the NFC, AFC, and then both leagues
Oh, my
turn
goodness.
into a one league? Oh, this is perfect.
and that's what should happen.
I hope.
But anyway, so if that was happening, I feel better about it. I like that the AAF does the regional thing. I like, for example...
Camera up, Jordan. Jordan's taking pictures. I always tell him, take it up. It eliminates it. No. Which
No,
camera?
your camera.
Which your camera, son.
So, yeah, I like the AAF doing the
hey.
regional thing. Based on your college, based on your last NFL team, I like that. I think it's smart. But again, like I said, if it was the XFL or the AAF, if they were just one, it'd be a lot better. So, and I'm really surprised, by the way, that Vince McMahon and Oliver Luck didn't get started on this beforehand, or figure out that they need to do this combined, especially like with...
Him's just Harlem shaking over here.
Yeah, no, it's nervous probably with all the lights.
No, he's calming down a little bit, but he's shaking a little bit.
Can we put him back?
Hey, big boy. Hey, calm
All
down.
right.
Here in a few years, you'll be scaring people off the property, okay?
All right, so Hughes River Outdoors says, what do we think about the UFC 235? It's a stacked card. I can tell you, personally, I have no idea what is happening in the UFC.
I pay attention to, there's two UFC people I really pay attention to. That look, here's my problem. There are some good cards with the UFC. Some things that are interesting. I just don't know if it's been around. It's still growing. I know it's been around for a little bit. It's still growing. Some of the things are exciting. My problem is this. Because it's a different dynamic than what we've seen for a long time. So for like, you always compare it to something like boxing. You have boxers who are 35-0 and 40-0. And in the UFC, that doesn't happen because that's not the environment. There's always losses. So when I see this is the best champ ever, he's the greatest ever, and I look and he has 8 losses, it kind of takes away from me. And it's my mental state. I'm not saying there's a problem with the sport. It's just my mental state of what I'm used to.
One of my problems, because the problem is with boxing, it's not with UFC. The boxing has so many different titles, so many different organizations that control, like WBO, the BLS, the XYZ. Like, there's so many different belts to win that. How do you know what's really what?
But when I see
Floyd Mayweather,
when I see 30-0, I'm like, I respect
Floyd
that.
Mayweather's undefeated, and when's the last time he actually fought? The dude runs and hides.
Don't talk about Money Mayweather.
The last time Mayweather
in the ring. Say what you want about out of the ring.
The last time Mayweather threw more punches than his opponents, it was the mother of his children. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
I said in the ring. I said in the ring.
Boxing.
I watched him. I've seen him get shot. I've seen somebody hit him. I've seen somebody ring his bell. This dude he's a technician in the ring.
He is. But his fights are boring. The UFC, you cannot avoid contact. Which means when you cannot avoid contact, you can't run, you can't win because you duck punches.
It's a new gladiator sport.
Yeah, like the UFC is like if you're in the UFC, there is no ducking, there's no hiding. You get in this work.
And if you're in the UFC and you want to be successful, you have to be an expert not only in boxing but jiu-jitsu, but also wrestling.
Did you hear what Herd Hater said? Herd Hater said the AAF. What up, Herd Hater?
Herd Hater.
He says the AAF logos and uniforms are 1AA. He's right.
As much as it pains me, that's kind of how I feel. Like I'm gonna
watch. They're whack.
Because I saw a few highlights. I know there's some Mountaineers in it. So, and especially because we don't have football right now, I may check it out a little bit. But it's hard once again to get over my own mental bias to watch something that's not the NFL
Yeah,
or college football.
I don't care. Like, there's nothing. Now,
No, I do. I will say I
stories.
do watch some Canadian football right before real football starts.
There are interesting stories to me. Are Trent Richardson. I like seeing Trent Richardson going from being the 3rd pick to being in the AAF playing for Birmingham.
Don't care.
Well, I'm curious. They had him. And ESPN,
I'm not.
ESPN did a whole story on him, talking about what happened in Cleveland, and
Mike Tomlin said from the moment that he started looking at him in the draft, he said he realized he didn't want to pick this player because he's the kind of player who absorbs more punishment than he gives out.
Yep.
And he called that from the get-go, before the draft even happened.
Yeah, but there was more to it than that. He just had trouble. He had outside problems. It was his issue.
Okay.
But
I'll wait for the behind the music, the 30 for 30. Okay.
They just did one with what's your name? They just did one on ESPN of him.
See, that's how much I care about Trent Richardson. Okay. You got your
Nah,
answer. Got your answer.
Dustin, he said we got Penn State scheduled.
Well, hold up. By the way, we should have a 30 for 30 Mountaineer something, right?
What would it be? Rich Rodriguez?
Oh,
Would enough people care?
in West Virginia they would.
Yeah, but ESPN's like, oh, you mean, oh,
West Virginia do their own 30 for 30.
Raspy Voice Kids Productions.
Uh-oh. No, 29 for 29.
Now, ours is
Original,
different.
exclusive.
Ours is 29 of 29. Yours is 30 for 30. It's not the same. It's not the same. No, it's a great idea. Trevor Mail says, what do we think of the Combine this weekend and how do WVU players, how will they do?
I'll tell you after we get back.
Yeah, we're going to be there for the Saturday session. We'll be there
To
March
watch
2nd.
Will Greer.
Shout out to Lori Abshire. We're going with her. And so we're going to get to see the quarterbacks. We're going to get to see the receivers, offensive line, I think those are the three.
I know the tight.
There's four groups.
I know the tight ends are definitely in there though.
Okay, so then maybe it's the tight ends, receivers, and quarterbacks.
Trevon.
So we'll get to see Trevon Wesco. We're going to see Gary Jennings, David Sills. We should get to see Will Greer. I think there's 2 sessions for the quarterbacks throwing. They're saying Kyler Murray's going to. They're saying he's going to, what do they say, measure in, come in at under 5'10".
Brandon, if he's 5'8", I'll be surprised.
That's what I said.
Dude showed up. I was on the field to look at him eye to eye. Well, not eye to eye.
I was about to say,
you
you
know what I mean? we about 20 yards away, but I was right there by the goalpost looking at him. Dude is, with his helmet on, he may be 5'10".
No, so people keep trying to compare him to Russell Wilson, and somebody made a good point. Russell Wilson it's about the hand size, a lot of it. Russell Wilson has 10.5-inch hands.
And he was a lot thicker.
But 10.5-inch, yeah, he's nowhere near as fast. So, I mean, you trade one for the other.
Yeah, and by the way, somebody's like, this is the closest thing to Michael Vick that we've seen. Like, as in speed and quickness at the
Please
quarterback.
don't blaspheme. But I hear
Oh,
what you're
you've
saying.
lost your mind.
No, you're right.
No,
I hear
that's
what you're
exactly right. That's exactly on point.
But like you said, so 10.5-inch hands for Russell Wilson, that's about what a 6'5" or 6'6" person would have.
yeah.
So
absolutely.
that's the difference. If you add, like you said, you combine, if you get, it negates the height issue to some extent, and also just his pure talent.
The other thing,
So the question is, does Kyler Murray have the right size hands? Will Greer's not getting any love, by the way. They said that.
wait, before you move on into that, one thing that I saw ESPN they were talking about is about arm angles and delivery, and that's one thing that see, I had his name Purdue.
Oh, Drew Brees.
See, this is how I know. This is how I know it's coming from
Yeah, me too.
Drew Brees. So many different arm angles. The thing is, he's not even that tall. Kyler Murray is not even as tall as Drew Brees is.
Yeah, Drew Brees is just under 6 feet. They said if Kyler Murray gets drafted in the first round, it'll be the first quarterback under 6 feet drafted in the first round. I think or under 5.
Watch the Patriots take him.
Oh, if he goes to the Patriots, it'll be good.
Watch
I'm
the
hoping
Patriots
and
take him.
praying. A lot of people hate the Patriots. A lot of y'all hate the Patriots. Fine. I hope and pray Will Greer goes to the Patriots.
That is my number one
If he
pick.
goes to the Patriots, he can stay behind Tom Brady for a couple of years.
I'm not a
Bill
huge-
Belichick makes everyone a winner.
I'm not a huge Patriots fan. I'm not a Patriots fan in general. I'm a Will Greer fan. Please go to the Patriots. Please go to an organization that's not going to grind you into the dirt.
So he's saying don't go to the Jets.
Or Cleveland.
Even though Baker's kind of turned that on this year a little bit.
Buffalo.
Don't go to Buffalo. Don't go to the Jets.
Jaguars.
Don't go to Tampa.
The Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, but what's his name had a good career there.
Who?
You'll know as soon as I say him.
East Carolina dude.
No.
Gerard.
No. This is
Leftwich?
killing me. No, you'll know him as soon as I say
Who
him.
are you talking? Oh, you're talking about
Is it-
Braun.
No, is it Mark? Oh,
Mark
it's killing me.
Brunell.
Mark Brunell.
I said Braun.
Mark
Brunell.
I knew it was Mark. Mark
Way back.
Brunell. Mark
Way
Brunell,
back.
yeah, but still, he did okay. I mean,
Fred Taylor and them boys way back in the day when their jerseys weren't disgusting.
maybe it is too. I don't know if he actually. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, the main thing is do not go to the Jets. Do not go to the Bills. Doesn't matter. Not going to Cleveland. Oakland probably too, because I don't like what Chucky's doing.
Yeah, man, he's clearing house. He better know what he's doing. He better know what he's doing because he's getting rid of everybody.
Josh Paul says we're about to get this W tonight. We're 3.5-point dogs to TCU. TCU has won 18 games, but they have Jamie Dixon. Once a Panther, always a Panther. Hopefully we get to sing Sweet Caroline.
Look, you put on some new clothes. No.
Blah, blah, blah.
I just bit my tongue. You put on some new clothes, but I can still smell you, okay?
All right, Frost. Appreciate you for checking in, man. Yeah, what time is it? These lights are hot. Yeah, maybe it's because I got a hoodie on. Maybe it's because I got a hoodie on is what I said. I don't know. But I was going to say, I thought you were doing Kanye beats. It's like, Kanye didn't do this beat. Yeah, but I see you changed it. Jeremy, who's the greatest producer of all time in your opinion? Hip-hop producer.
Producer? Ooh, hip hop producer. There's been a lot of great ones, and the thing is about great producers.
Jordan has an opinion. It sounds like
Kanye's. Look,
Kanye's up there.
Do you know that Kanye did the "You Don't Know My Name" by Alicia
Alicia
Keys?
Keys. I didn't know he did that.
He did that.
But that's why I tell people he's a genius. People
Like,
are like, I'm like, he's a
He's
genius.
done so many songs that you have no clue he even did. But for me, I'm going with the 16-year-old phenom in his day that grew up to be Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri's great.
He started with Criss Cross when he was 16. When everybody's singing "Jump, Jump," that was him producing these two kids at 16. Since then, he's worked with everybody.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work with Mariah
Usher,
also.
Yeah, everybody.
Jermaine Dupri, Usher's best work came with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
But I feel like Rick Rubin is somebody nobody's going to give credit to. Rick Rubin did a lot of Run DMC. Rick Rubin's done a lot of rock and roll stuff. Rick Rubin's a legend. He's a genius. He did 99 Problems. I believe he did 99 Problems. Jay-Z's 99 Problems.
So what was the
But the
dude's
one
name?
that I'm going to go with
Go ahead.
is not it comes out of two people. It's kind of like what he said before, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. For me, it's Kanye West or Pharrell.
Okay.
I mean, Pharrell for the Neptunes. Like I just, and I don't know if you take credit away because it's Pharrell and Chad Hugo doing it. But Pharrell and Chad Hugo, like, there was a period in the 2000s where every hit song was a Neptunes beat. Every single one.
For that decade, that's cute.
But they still do stuff. They did the beat for Stir Fry for Migos.
Yeah.
They
it's
did the
dope.
beat. They did
And look, I'm a Pharrell fan. I love their beats the most. I'm saying Jermaine Dupri's been killing it every single decade
Jeremy,
without
are
let
you
up.
kidding me? You're forgetting Pharrell was also part of Rump Shaker.
I'm not. That was the first time he ever wrote. He wrote the second verse for Rum Shaker
Yeah.
when he was in high school. But we're talking about being producers. Like, I just feel like there was a time when the Neptunes almost took like 10 years off.
I don't think that's true. Oh, I'm talking maybe when he was doing screenplays or when he was.
I just know that there was a
maybe
time
when
where
you're talking
you
about when he was winning Oscars for his music for Despicable Me. I'm sorry.
No, that was after he came back, son. That was after he came back.
No, that was that.
And he didn't win an Oscar. This is the reason why. Another reason why I hate Frozen. This is why.
That's right,
Look,
Frozen
don't
won.
compare it to Lion
You're right.
King. And when I heard "Let It Snow," one.
Let it go. Let it snow.
All right, let it
That's
go. Let it
Boyz II
snow.
Men.
That look.
Let it snow.
That should have beat Happy.
Trev brought up a good point. You're talking about who's been doing it and doing it forever. Dr. Dre.
Dre, hey,
From
Dre Day.
Eazy to NWA to his own music to Snoop Dogg to Eminem to 50 Cent.
that's true.
But what's Dr. Dre done lately?
Mm.
He's a billionaire, so who cares? And also they also didn't design those. They stole those. They straight up stole those. Him and whoever it is, the guy who partnered with it, they straight up stole. There's a whole story about it. They stole it from like
Whoa.
a pop.
Go ahead. Jason Miller talk about the name of the documentary needs to be Gone in 24 Hours.
Left in 20.
Gone in, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Jeremy's talking about a whole series because we could do one on Major Harris. You could do one on the Curious Case of Tavita Fanu.
Oh man, the Loch Ness Monster. Oh my.
Jay, we just out here talking out loud about stuff we should do.
People, look, if I see any of
If I
y'all,
see any of this stuff,
I'm telling you.
We not suing, we fighting.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be fair fight neither. You be walking. No, I'm joking.
My favorite. You know my favorite. Who's your favorite producer right now? Like take Kanye, take some of them out. Who's your favorite producer right now?
I'm too old.
Mine is Mustard on a track.
Busted on the beat.
Mustard on a beat.
Yeah.
R.I.P. And I love his. And Mustard did stuff with LMA. You got me boot up.
Real quick, is Napper back?
He wasn't back last game.
Okay.
I don't know if he's back tonight or not.
The TCU game, so yeah, I'm not sure.
You know, by the way, back to the producers. I'm sorry. Another person who does not get enough respect, and he's not one of the greatest he didn't do it long enough.
Young Draco!
But for real, Young Draco. Big Draco.
I thought you were going to say his real name, so they
Yeah. Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy wrote, produced, and performed what's the name of the song? Superman? What's it called? Whatever it is. Soulja Boy, tell him. That means he got every single cent of royalties. He owns all of that.
Soulja
You
Boy
can say what you want about Soulja Boy.
Changed the game.
He changed the whole game.
Ask anybody. He was talking about he was the first artist on YouTube.
Yep.
He changed the game, the money making, the social media. He changed the game.
Boy. Stop playing with me. Drake.
How about the bed?
Turn my swag on.
Took a look in the mirror, said, "What's up?"
Yeah. But that's not what I was talking about.
There's so many good songs. Baby, you know that I miss you. It's a kiss me through the phone.
Soulja Boy, tell him. Yeah, that's why I said it.
Can they hear that? Get him. Every time I hear this song, I'm right back in South Florida, West Virginia, South Florida.
Tampa.
We lost, but I just remember the song coming on and everybody on the sideline just dancing like Mountaineer players, South Florida players. When I hear the song, I'm just right back in Tampa talking.
So the person I was talking about, though, Manny Fresh, the beat maker for Cash Money Records, for the early Lil Wayne, for the All Juvenile, for Back That Thing Up, that's just Manny Fresh. All the stuff, bling bling. Manny Fresh was phrase coined by Lil Wayne.
I know you wish you could find her.
That's what you went with?
I stopped.
That's what you went with? But yeah, all the big timer stuff. Manny Fresh, underrated, underappreciated. Manny Fresh, man, I love Fresh. Fresh and Stunner, we like brothers. Yeah, so Montana, like French Montana?
I don't know.
Trevor asked if we saw Soulja Boy on Marriage Boot Camp.
I don't watch no Marriage Boot Camp.
I don't watch Marriage Boot Camp. It is funny though. You know,
Air Bear watched Marriage Boot Camp.
But do you know who his fiance is?
Who?
Teddy Riley's daughter.
Okay.
Teddy Riley, another underrated, underappreciated. He did all of Bobby Brown stuff, all a guy. He did Blackstreet.
And if you watch Bobby Brown's story, Bobby Brown came to him and was like, "I'm tired of R&B songs being so R&B. I want my songs to have that rap beat, that hip hop beat." And that's when he got the "Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why don't
they just let me live?
Tell me why
I don't need permission.
Make my own decision.
Oh.
Wow. That's my prerogative. It's my prerogative.
Again, on the field, but he had some off the field issues. So
yeah, we talking strictly in the business. In the business.
Hey, Mike, I'll be real. I don't know who Montana 300 is. Do you know Montana 300?
Nope.
I don't know, man. You have to put us up on game, man. We don't know.
Send us a link.
By the way, who did the Z's beat? I forget who it was. Who did the Z's beat? Do you know? Could you Google it for us real quick? Thanks, man.
Don't forget about Timbaland, too. I almost forgot about Timbaland.
Oh, dip. We forgot about
Missy,
Timbo.
Timbaland and Missy.
Yeah, we forgot about Tim.
Swiss Beats?
Nah, see. Swiss Beats is dope, but I've never been a big Swiss Beats fan. In fact, he did all the Rough Rider stuff early on. He's worked with Drake, of course. He's worked with everybody pretty much. But I'm not a big Swiss Beats fan for. Back in high school, she used to bust it to the dance. Z's. Z-E-Z-E. That Kodak Black song with Quavo and Travis Scott.
All right, so since we're coming down the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you expect us to beat TCU tonight? What do you expect?
I don't know
I'm
what
not
to
saying to
expect.
beat it, but I was gonna say, what do you expect?
I mean, if we're 3.5-point dogs, I always say Vegas picks this line for a reason. They know what they're doing, and they're almost always they know what they're doing. Like there's times you win, sometimes you lose, but they usually know what they're doing. I won't be surprised by any outcome.
I honestly would be surprised if we got blown out because it feels like we've actually turned the corner. It feels like we've actually, I don't know about turning the corner. They just felt like they had a bounce in the step last game. They just felt like they were, I don't know, just having fun a little bit. So I kind of expect us to play. I expect us to play well. I'm not saying we're going to win. I expect us to play well tonight.
I hope we get to see. I hope we get. D.A. Bowman is that D.A. got that dough. That's him who does that. Yeah. I like this beat too.
So much yelling. So much yelling.
A lot of yelling. My voice is back, man. I didn't talk for like 2 straight days, and my voice is still forever.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I forgot about DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. And like Wayne says, I knew Khaled back when that boy was, what did he say, back when he was just spinning beats, spinning records. For the record, I knew Khaled back when he was spinning records. Yeah, Khaled's been, like, I've known about DJ Khaled. Most hip-hop people have known about DJ Khaled way before he became what you see now. And I never expected him to become what you see now because DJ Khaled was with Terror Squad, with Fat Joe, Remy Ma back in the day.
If you ever listened to Rick Ross's song, I think it's Someone Idols Become Rivals, but I can't remember the exact name of it. But he talks about Cash Money and Baby. The whole song is about Cash Money and Baby. And just the real thing, look, how they did Khaled wrong.
Done everybody wrong.
How they did
they did
BG. I hope you send the boy a 3-piece when he comes out of jail. Like, nobody went to see him. He was just talking about, it hurt my heart when I came to the realization your chains was fake, your watch was fake.
Yeah.
Like, he keeps it real in that song. I love it.
Nah, it is. It's terrible because Birdman did Wayne real bad. He did Juvenile bad too. But evidently they patched all that stuff up, so can't be mad at what they're doing. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Timbaland over Khaled. And Khaled doesn't always do beats even. Like, he just is.
I said you're looking for the one that money never lies. No, I'm the one, yeah. I'm telling you, look, you can say what you want about Bieber. There's a time when he was a little kid, his stuff was cheesy.
It's not the little kid part that bothers me. It's the weighing 47 pounds and getting in people's face when you know you got 6'10" bodyguards around and you know you ain't fighting nobody.
Look, once again, I'll say there's one thing about being on the field and on the hard court and off the field.
Yeah, the money don't lie, like you said.
And there's a difference between being in the studio and being outside the studio. Yep. I can separate them. You make a hot track, I can separate it.
Yeah, no.
Say what you want about the scandal. Music scandal proof.
Oh, wow, we're talking about producers.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a bad time to be named Robert. It's a bad time to be named Robert. That said, Robert Kelly. Y'all can say what y'all want.
Robert Kelly, man.
He needs to go to jail. Put him underneath the jail. But when it comes to music,
we were traveling back.
When it comes to that music,
what was it, back from the Neil Brown Kegler's interview
introduction? Yeah,
and we listened to Trapped in the Closet. It is the most ridiculous. Like there's like eight different verses.
No,
not
more
verses.
than that. There's like 20
stories, and every one of them gets more and more and more ridiculous.
Me and Jeremy were like, he must have been high in the studio, just playing around, and his friends.
His friends were laughing like, no, put a midget in there, And yes, there really is.
A little person.
Okay, my bad, little person.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say my bad.
But back then, that's what they called him because they had to rhyme.
Put a little person. Like it was just.
I mean, the whole thing. He had a gay pastor.
It's so genius, but it's also so ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Come
so
on
stupid.
Now.
They should have arrested him based on that because they should have known this is the kind of stuff going on in his brain.
They should just played that. Jury.
One of the best.
Did you see her? I said, I probably know her if I seen her. I don't.
one of the best things
great.
too. The other great thing about R. Kelly is the Chappelle show. When they did the whole thing about how black people won't convict black people.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, man, that was digitized. So if you know, you know. I'm going to leave it at that. But the other thing was when Chappelle made the song Pee on You to the Feeling on Your Booty song. And he said R. Kelly called him and was like, man, how you going to make a song about peeing on people? Or how you going to make a video about peeing on people? And Dave Chappelle said back to him, how you going to make a video about peeing on people?
He said, no, this is no joke. He was mad.
He was R. Kelly was mad. I'm telling you, R. Kelly was mad.
Jason Miller says to spell the fire hugs for people who don't understand. We said this at the beginning.
Oh, my goodness.
But we just want to make it clear.
We love Hugs. Hugs has a lifetime contract in our hearts at WVU. He's accomplished more than almost every coach who's ever coached in college basketball. Anytime he's had a down year, he comes back. He's won at every level from Malone
Yep.
all the way to WVU.
Yep.
He would have won a national championship if Kenyon Martin didn't break his leg. He's been to 2 Final Fours at 2 different schools,
A lot.
Cincinnati and WVU.
A lot.
And this season, the team has been decimated by injuries. If you read the article, you would know that. If you didn't, you'd read the title, and the astute person would think, hey, let me see what these guys are talking about so I can tell them that they're morons. Then you'd read it and know, oh, this person agrees with me. That is not what happened.
I keep going back to the person who said to me, or said in the group, he needs his butt whipped.
Yeah, somebody said he needs his butt whipped. That's
And
the
it
edited
just,
version.
all I can say is I can just smile. Like, you.
All right.
You see me? You
All
know
right.
me. My hat's backwards. I'm at every game, every basketball game. Say it to my face.
And I'm going to say one, too. I'm going to give another shout out. Voice of Morgantown. Forget you. You had the nerve to say it. You bashed us. You bashed Raspy Voice Kids. You bashed Jeremy in his article. Voice of Morgantown, whoever you are. And then when you were made aware that you hadn't read the article and it wasn't what you thought, you deleted your post, but you did not apologize and you did not retract.
Because the article was defending Hugs and saying it's so ridiculous for people to say fire Huggins.
And I love that Jordan changed the music to I'm upset. Very good. That's what a producer should do.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can find this dude. Rondal Shingleton, R-O-N-D-A-L Shingleton. He left a review, said, I'd rather watch paint dry because he was upset about the article that he did not read. So I was like, hey, I wrote a very nice thing where I said to him, and I'll read it to you. I said, if you're upset about the article, I hope you got a chance to check it out. That's all I wrote.
And then he did the adult thing, and he
Blocked us. He didn't apologize. If we make mistakes, I was taught as a man, and West Virginia the same way, Bobby Huggins the same way, if you make a mistake, be accountable. You man up. And I say, hey, I was wrong. That's not what these people have done. Everybody who's bashed Jeremy, I've not seen a single person apologize.
You know that's funny.
Not a single
I have not
person
said,
apologized.
oh my bad, I didn't read it.
Or
That's
I'm
all. That's
sorry.
all he needs to say.
All you have to say,
Oh my bad,
I'm sorry,
I didn't read
I
it.
shouldn't have said that, or laugh, or whatever.
Call me
Nobody-
all
not a single-
types of names.
Nobody has
in
apologized.
front of first and second shift.
Nobody's apologized. What they did do is they blamed it on the title. Listen, the title is not that doesn't excuse what you did. You didn't read it.
Read. No, just
Like
read
you can
Just-
read it and
just
disagree,
read it.
but most of you who were saying it were people who agreed with what he was saying.
Just read
I
the
saw people in there
article.
writing the same stats that you had in the exact article.
Everything they said was in the article.
In the
Read the article.
So we're grateful to people who did. We're grateful to people who watched. And we know
No,
stuff like this
no.
happens. We're not like actually mad. We're certainly not hurt. But it was just a funny thing. So I said to somebody, the reason we did it is because on Twitter there was this whole movement of fire Hugs. Some guy wrote in all caps yelling at us saying that we were defending Hugs because we just wanted access. There are people who think we're Hugs homers. And we're not Hugs homers. We just have eyes and we just read our history. We see what's on the court, what's been done the last 3 or 4 years in the Sweet 16. But we're also not going to bash people who represent our state and our team. We don't bash players. We don't bash coaches. We never do. So I felt like they should have given us the benefit of the doubt for the people who didn't. Again, not mad. We don't have thin skin, but we're just calling a spade a spade. If you say something, back it up. If you can't back it up, apologize.
Yep.
That's my opinion.
Or say it to my face.
So if y'all know Rondal Shingleton, tell him I said, what's good?